really think I look fat?
Ah, Pumba, Pumba, Pumba. You're a pig. It's a compliment.
Oh, thank you.
Pumba, where's the grub? You just can't help yourself, can you?
Sorry.
Okay, but this time show a little self-control.
I'm one of those weirdos. Don't I already say this? That eats their fries first? What's wrong with me? Eating, I should say swallowing, because I barely chew them. Who's got time to chew thoroughly? We only live once. And we don't live very long. Especially not if we eat McDonald's. I love my drinks ice cold. Just like my heart. I love my drinks ice cold. Just like my heart. Just like my heart.
Just like my heart.
So, okay. There's this guy we used to work with named Emil. It's a French name. E-M-I-L-E. Emil. Anyway, this guy, he died at 40. He was 40. He had a wife and 3 kids. He was the nicest guy, but he was probably about, and I'm telling you this story as I'm eating McDonald's at the weight I'm at, but anyway. He was at, he was probably close to 600 pounds.
Close to 600 pounds.
No exaggeration. He used to eat like, okay, when we would go for lunch, he would tag along on lunch break. One time, you know, we only have like an hour lunch. He ordered a 12-inch sub, double meat, a poutine, and an onion ring for lunch. And then I think he got a milkshake with it too. It was just a lot of food. Poor guy. Like, he was severely addicted to food, like,
Probably one of the worst cases I've ever seen.
my boyfriend worked with me, and when he would be walking down the aisle to go to the caf, Emil would, like, grab him and be like, hey, get me a couple chocolate bars, like, every time he would go. Anyway, he ended up, he was heavy, but he smoked, like, 2 packs a day. He would fall asleep just sitting up in his chair at work. Probably had, like, untreated sleep apnea. He ended up croaking, like, poor guy.
He ended up croaking, like, poor guy.
I was so shocked. We had an email about Emil the next day. Oh, and I always laugh every time I think about this, and I still remind my boyfriend, I'm like, one of the customers from Alabama thought Emil's name was Email, so they were calling him Email. Probably not the most appropriate convo when you're eating, or you're mukbanging. People are probably like, shut up and just eat. I don't do those kind of mukbangs, I'm sorry. Or I don't talk and just make eating noises. No thanks. Alright, now! Enough diddle-doddling. What Big Mac?
We don't have a Grand Mac here in Canada because we're not cool.
So, you know. Oh yeah. Sorry, I love Big Macs. Like, call me fat bitch all you want. I love Big Macs. And I'm gonna devour this saucy mofo. Am I making you hungry yet? Alright, first bites for you guys. Lipstick? Yeah. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope I made you hungry and jealous. Because you know what? There's a lot of times I watch mukbangs and I get really jealous. You know? And I'm like, I want to eat that right now. Anyway.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. All right. I'm always dropping something, like... See? I don't want the sauce to mix with my other sauces. First world problems. First world problems. Just before this, I stubbed my toe on the corner of this thing I'm sitting on, and I friggin' freaked. It hurt so bad. It's worse than childbirth. I don't care what anyone says. I'm just kidding. So I don't really have an actual story planned. And nothing triggered me to think of a story, so now that I say that. The other day, yum, yum. Makes it easier to dip when you squash them. The other day, I went grocery shopping. I took my grandma grocery shopping. This time, there was a woman. I'm probably like, just spit it out.
I gotta eat and talk.
Thanks. There was a woman there who kind of freaked me out because I didn't know what she was... I mean... Okay. She seemed really angry. And I get it. I don't know what was going on in her life. Anyways, so this woman... She, we're in the produce aisle. And, I didn't even notice, like... I was standing there waiting for my grandma to pick out tomatoes. Like, she's the kind of person that has to, like, look at every single fruit or vegetable in the bag. So my grandma's the type of person, I love her so much, but she does take her sweet time to pick out everything. And I'm like, Grandma, there's not going to be 8 perfect oranges in the bag. And, I mean, like, even if there's, like, a little line of, like, brown, she won't get it on, like, one of the fruit.
I'm like, it's not what's on the outside that counts, it's on what's on... I'm like, it's not what's on the outside that counts, it's what's on the inside. Don't judge a fruit by its rind. Like, whatever. Don't judge a fruit by its peel? I don't know. Anyway.
Love it. I hope someone doesn't think I'm racist because I said I only want the white meat. You never know. I was just thinking of that. That's really sad that I have to say that I'm not racist because I want to eat white meat. Okay. I like dark meat too. I love dark meat. Anyway. Okay. I just looked over for like a second. I wasn't staring. I looked over at this woman behind us who was looking through the head lettuce, like iceberg lettuce. And our eyes caught. And I just made a smile at her. And she looked at me and she went, I was like, whoa. Okay. Okay. That's how it's gonna be. I thought she's probably just like, I was shocked, but I thought she might be disturbed.
Disturbed.
Just gonna ignore her. For the rest of the time she was in the produce aisle after that, I don't know what I did. She probably thought I was laughing at her. She took the head lettuce and threw it in her cart all hard. And then she took like a lemon and shot it in her cart. My grandma's like, my grandma, I'm trying to be quiet, but she kind of said it loud. She's like, I think there's something wrong with that lady. I'm like, she's gonna hear you. She's gonna kill us. She's gonna... I don't know. When I told my boyfriend this story, he's like, what did you say, babe? He's like, why is everyone scared when someone freaks out? I'm like, because she could stab us. And he's like, what would she stab you with in the grocery store? I'm like, I don't know, carrot? Like, what? She could club us with a kielbasa sausage or something. I don't know. Anyway, who knows? She could just punch me out. Plain and simple. Or my grandma, which you don't mess with my grams. I feel like I look like a little chipmunk when I eat. Chubby chipmunk. So the whole rest of the time we're in the store, I'm like trying to avoid, you know, like you have like a kind of process when you go through a grocery store. You start at the produce, then you kind of go around to the meat, and then you go in the aisles or whatever, you know. She was following the same pattern as us. My grandma needed Q-tips. She was in the kind of beauty Q-tip aisle. The woman went down there too. She was buying baby food. And she was still like grunting to herself, like, you know, she was making like weird noises anyway. I always look at my meat when I bite it because I don't want to like bite into any like grizzle or anything. You know what I mean? I just thought of a story. Oh, I better not. Never mind. Well, I could tell it to you guys sometime. It's just about this woman we used to work with. I just won't mention her name, of course, and then she can't sue me for slander, because she's the type of woman who would. She's crazy. Crazy. Her dad died. She lived in my hometown. Her dad died. And she kept his body in the bathtub until one day the neighbors noticed a smell. You know how that goes. When I saw that in the paper, I was like, really? Oh my god. And this girl had it out for me. I don't know why. I really don't.
She was just like, hated everybody. She was miserable.
And it was just her and her dad. And I feel bad. And their dog, like, I don't want to say anything bad about an animal, but I don't know what was wrong with their dog. Its nipples hung so low. Like, her dog had some saggy ass tits, man. They would, when the dog would walk, they would wobble around. I'm like, Jesus. Like, her dog had some saggy ass tits, man. They would, when the dog would walk, they would wobble around. I'm like, Jesus. Anyway, so that was their little trio. And they were always, like, together, inseparable. Oh, man, I have to tell you about her sometime. I befriended her at one point, and then for some reason she turned against me. Like, I don't know what happened. I can't even remember why she hated me all of a sudden. I don't even think I did anything to her. And then I read that in the paper, and I was like, no. I feel bad because she was so close to her father. She probably couldn't say goodbye, you know? It's really sad. But, yeah. I can't even eat that now, actually. I ruined my own appetite.
singing in the shower. Sucks. I'm just joking. I suck too. Can you hear that?
Call me fat bitch all you want. I love Big Macs.
Oh god, I'm special.